Hello, I hope you're doing great. Today, we are going to learn why it is vital for you to use the previews that the .NET team offers for your development. Not only the previews for .NET Framework itself, but also for other tools or frameworks like .NET MAUI, especially .NET MAUI. Now, before we continue, please remember to visit fairplaytube.bdicostarica.com, click the Buy Me a Coffee icon, and select a donation of your preference. This will help us keep the videos and products free for you. Okay, so let's continue. Why the Microsoft team give us a lot of previews? Okay, one of the reasons is that when they are developing their new tools and frameworks, they need, or it is really, really important for the community and the developers to give them feedback, right? Um, when you test a system or a framework that it's going to be like of general purpose or to be used in thousands or millions of computers around the world, you need that to be tested everywhere, right? Um, and along the way, the teams will be recollecting the feedback and enhancing their products, right? Until it is officially something that becomes a release. So that's one of the points why it is very important to work with the previews. You can give feedback and then um, probably obtain a better or more customized final solution when the releases come out. Now, in the case of MAUI, one of the reasons why it is really, really important or vital to work with the previews is that when you start working early on one of these frameworks or tools, you have a competitive advantage. Why? Because you will start learning how those frameworks and tools work from their inception. You will have also some knowledge of how all of their iterations work and the kind of changes that you might expect, right? Then, when the releases are officially published, you will probably have a production ready application for the day the releases are out. This means that if you are a business, you can publish early or earlier than your competitors, and then you can obtain that piece of the market too. Or you have more chances to obtain it because you will be among the first ones to publish those applications. Now, in the case of .NET MAUI, one of the crucial things that you have is that since it allows you to create cross-platform systems, and since you can also use what is called MAUI Blazor, which is basically MAUI um, using Blazor as its rendering engine, um, it means that you can create a whole solution for most platforms, including web, as we are doing in Fairplay 2. In Fairplay 2, we decided a long time ago to start early and work on the previews of MAUI. We purposely created the web application first on Blazor WebAssembly and made sure to have the application work with a lot of components that we were planning to be reutilized when MAUI Blazor or MAUI was released. So we have been working on the previews, learning how on the MAUI previews, learning how it works, and updating the code of Fairplay 2 so it actually works on MAUI, right? And as you can see, the screen that you are seeing now is actually um, the Fairplay 2 draft application running in the Visual Studio Solution under the Windows emulator on the Windows, and it's also ready to work with the Android emulator. Uh, Currently, don't have a Mac machine available to test on iOS, but we had tested the previews on iOS um, some time ago, so we know that a lot of this probably will work. So, as you can see, if I show you the code, let's please give me a minute. If I show you the code, you will see that in our solution, we actually have a lot of projects. We have the server project, we have the client project, we have the client services project, the common projects, the components, the controllers, data access, database, right? And here you see that we have the MAUI Blazor. The MAUI Blazor, as you can see, it has references to other projects like the client services, the common project, and the components. The client services because this is the project that has all of the um, tap or wrapped HTTP clients to invoke all of the API endpoints. This one has a lot of contents and hard-coded constants and strings that we pretty much constants and code that needs to be reutilized through all of the application or through all of the applications, right? And here we have the components. The components basically have the controls for things like the videos list and the video controllers themselves, the Google AdSense component, Facebook button component, some of our custom buttons, right? And things like the Bootstrap uh, cards, custom models, and the loading or the spinners, right? And as you can see in the MAUI Blazor application, there is really not uh, that much of original code since a lot of it is actually be reutilized. So you see, yeah, we have the MAUI program, right? But you can see that in here, one of the things that we did is um, add cross-platform services, which is um, in the client services, and you can see that this basically add everything that is shared through the platforms, like the localization client service, the visitor tracking client service, the playlist client service, right? Search client service, all of the client services that we need uh, to have in the application are in that method. And this is invoked from both the client application, the one in Blazor WebAssembly, and in the uh, MAUI Blazor application, right? Then we have these configure models localizers, which is an extension method, and you see that In here, um, we are setting the localizers that we need in here, right? Then if we go to pages, you can see that here we have the index, which, yeah, for this specific scenario, this is a copy or kind of a copy of the um, index.razor page in the Blazor WebAssembly project. And one of the reasons why we decided to do that is so that if we at some point want the MAUI Blazor to have a different layout, we want it to have its own pages and allow the developer to modify this page without affecting the web application, right? But most of the other code is shared, so you can see that in here we get load the data, right, which is a method defined in here, but you can see that it retrieves the information from the video client service, which is a shared project, and that's the one to consume the APIs. So that's one of the reasons why you need to work with the previews that the teams are offering, because you will have an early start and you will be able to deploy fast. If you are working on a very competitive field or business segment or industry, um, it is very important, almost a requirement for you to be able to deliver fast, high quality code, or to deliver high quality code and applications faster than anybody else. And one of the way to do that is working on your systems since the platforms are on a preview stage, so that you have most of your code ready when your platform and frameworks are production ready, giving you the tools to publish. Um, so I hope this video has been useful. Thank you very much and have a great day.